Jump in my 6'4" and let the top dine. Trunk hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in that 713.
Welcome to Sports with Balls. Here are your hosts, Jeff Michael, Lauren Leal, and Grant Miles.
Yo, we're missing one though.
There was one part of that was not true.
We are. Listen,
We're missing the brains. We got the beauty here, so y'all don't have to worry about it. Y'all can look at us and look at the beauty. The brains are gone.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, that's right.
What's up? Welcome to Sports with Balls, y'all. Appreciate it. 7 o'clock. Again, we are here every Monday at Prime Social 7801 Westheimer. The place is awesome, man. It is packed today.
This is we've been here quite a few times. This is the most people I've ever seen.
This is number 4th week here.
This is the most people I've seen here.
Yeah, it's busy. They got valet and everything out today. So whatever.
I had to park in the back part of the parking lot because I'm not rolling like that yet.
Hopefully whatever we're doing is working, man. But yeah, we're here at Prime Social. Welcome in Grant Miles. Of course, we're missing Lauren Leal. She's on a little vacay, apparently. So we had to.
I don't know, man. She's real secretive. She didn't really give us a reason. She just said, I can't make it.
That's all she said.
That's all she said. I can't make it.
she said on the text, she can't make it.
She didn't go into detail and we didn't ask.
It is what it is. But we're going to go over a lot of stuff with you guys today, man. Busy day in sports. There's a lot of there's a lot of controversial issues that are coming forward in the last couple of days. But we're going to try to get through all of them as best we can. And I believe at the end of the show, we might take a call in or two.
Yes, let's do it. I mean,
this is going to get interesting.
Let's do it. If you are watching or listening, stay away. Stay by the show. Stay by the phone. Last, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah, probably last 15 minutes. We'll probably take phone calls around 7:40, 7:45. Let you guys know or whatever y'all are feeling, thinking. So, that should be interesting. It'll be our first show with phone calls, which will be, for me, that'll be a blast.
Dude, that'll be fun, man. I'm stoked for that.
A lot of people can sit here and argue with us. They've been trying forever on Facebook, so they can do it now.
Yeah, supposedly you told me I piss people off sometimes.
Sometimes, I guess.
Well, bring it on.
My buddy Dreesy told me, he was like, he's that guy that you hate because he's right a lot of the times, and you're just like, you want to say something, but
that's true, man.
Like he's always
I'd have to agree with him. I'd have to agree with him.
Of course you would. But hey, again, welcome to Sports with Gall. Sports with Galls.
Hey, we got some gall too.
Thanks, Johnny. That's why I'm saying Galls. Golly.
Why?
We had to do that shot of that shot of Patron because Johnny's birthday's coming up, man. No! Johnny's birthday's coming up. We're gonna save.
Johnny's gonna be like 50. Isn't that what he said?
Ouch.
He's gonna be 50.
I don't think so.
Okay, what? 47.
46, 45, 44, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Somewhere in the 40s, but we'll figure it out. We're going to do something special for him on Thursday's show, I believe, because his birthday is on Wednesday. So we'll wait till Thursday, and we'll figure that out. Thursday night, we're going to be back over at Chapman and Kirby.
Dude, that place was dope.
Yeah, we'll be back there Thursday night, so super excited for that. So you guys come out to Chapman and Kirby Thursday at 7. We'll be there, but again, we're sitting over here at Prime Social. Place is absolutely amazing. You guys know they have their steaks. We've put them out here for you guys. It's phenomenal place.
Great food.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
And listen, come and enjoy the first hour of playing for free when you mention Sports with Balls. That's right here. And you can play poker for an entire hour for free or choose a T-shirt and half-price food when mentioning Sports with Balls. Come out, visit, play 7801 Westheimer right here at Prime Social.
Let's do it.
They got valet now too, apparently. So
valet.
It's busy.
The side road is fixed now, so you can pull in.
Yeah, they
right
have the main
the
entrance.
Side.
That's
the main
true.
entrance ready to go.
Main entrance is ready.
People are on tables. Man, we had to close doors because it's so crowded in here with people.
We gotta get our show on the road. Anyways, hot topics. Y'all ready? We got a few different things going on. Before we jump into some controversial issues, let's go through our hot topics. Number one that just popped up a little bit ago: Lamar Miller. As everybody knows, the ex-Houston Texan running back went to New England today, signing a 1-year contract.
I think it's a good pickup for New England. I like that. I mean, I think he can add something. I mean, think about the guys that have gone to New England that have kind of been on the back part of their career, and they rejuvenate or get in that fountain of youth in New England, and their career gets another phase.
He's more of a north and south runner.
Yeah.
As to right now, they have guys that just flash out of the backfield, and it's more of like a receiver core as their running backs are. So Lamar Miller's more of a north and south. So I believe, great pickup for New England. It'll help Cam out.
it's going to be one of those deals like New England does every time. It's not a big deal when it goes through. It's the back burner news, and the next thing you know, that dude runs for 1,000 yards, and he looks like he's awesome.
And huge topic here in Houston, the Astros brawl that happened with Oakland. Let's not to mention they got spanked 7-2, but yeah, they got in a fight in the 7th inning. We're going to get into details.
Yeah, we'll get into all that in a little bit.
In a little bit in the
crazy.
baseball segment. But yeah, the Astros got a nice little brawl, we thought it would be the Dodgers. We thought it would be, somebody more, but the beef that they have with the, interdivision teams, Oakland was the one.
I guess it's just
First
California in general.
Yep.
California just got a problem with the Astros.
Man, we play like crap on the West Coast anyways.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad. But
that's why y'all didn't want to be in the AL West. I remember when they moved them to AL West, Astros fans were not happy.
Yeah, and then let's see. Next thing, Mike Tyson fight. This is strictly for promotional reasons. The Mike Tyson fight has been moved to November 28th now. I know everybody was excited to see it next month, but listen, the promotion for it, they need some more time, get up, and I'm okay with it. I'm not. I mean, I wish it was more.
Yeah.
Like, not more, but I wish it was sooner. But I'm okay with them moving that. It's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm fine. Especially when they start adding all these different parts to this fight. At first it was really exciting, and then it's going to be an 8-round fight, and then they're going to be wearing headgear, and then nobody can knock out, and all these different things. It just kind of, I think they've realized they need to do some better promotion, because I think it just keeps taking viewers away the more.
And we've only
more
seen
stuff you
one
find
promotional video, really,
Right.
for the fight. So, it is what it is. Last but not least, the main thing that's on everybody's mind, which we'll get to here in a second, the NCAA and college football. Well, we're going to get into that in a minute, man. I don't know what they're going to do. Some leagues or some conferences have canceled. Some have not. Grant's going to let us know which ones have and haven't. A lot of people today on social media have said, football's canceled in general. No, it's really not. SEC's still out there. The Big 12 hasn't made a decision yet. There's a bunch of places that are conferences that have not canceled yet. So I don't want to jump the gun and say, yeah, college football's done. I don't believe that it is. We're going to get into that in a minute. But before we do all that, we need to thank our sponsors and the people that make this possible. Number one, for us over here, like I said, we're at Prime Social. 7801, place is amazing. You want to play some poker, get some food. I mean, I might play afterwards, win some money after Johnny gave us that shot. I'm feeling frisky.
Yeah, you're feeling hype now.
Yeah. Thiessen Law Firm. Friends, look, you gotta put this number in your phone, 713-864-9000. That's the direct line to Thiessen Law Firm. Whether you're facing a DWI, divorce, an assault charge, any other legal curveball, their super lawyers are obsessed with winning and have what it takes to protect you and your rights. That's Thiessen Law Firm, 713-864-9000. Follow them on social media at Thiessen Law Firm on Facebook and Instagram. Badass guys. Love them. We got a shirt sitting up here with his hat. Dudes are dope.
Speaking of dudes that are dope, Prime Texas Metal Roofs.
Yes.
Prime Texas Metal Roofs. Whether it's residential or commercial, you can count on Prime Texas Metal Roofs for any and all of your roofing needs. Call today for a free, no-obligation estimate at 832-755-1440. That's Prime Texas Metal Roofs.
Yeah. I might need a new roof here soon. I got the shingles that are, because the wind has blown my shingles up. It looks awkward, and I think people around my neighborhood have gotten some new roofs, so might have to call. Might have to call you guys.
Yes, sir. And I think we're doing, last but not least, we're doing...
Mark Boardman and Construction Concepts with Josh Wiseman.
With Josh Wiseman, yes, correct. I'm trying to get to my deal here. There you are. Construction Concepts is changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury, retail, and medical facilities. Their team of experts can update or create a space that exceeds your expectations. Give them a call at 713-589-2682. That is buildithouston.com.
Love it. Well, now we got all that out the way. Let's dip into this NCAA talk, man. Interesting morning, afternoon. I see nothing but constant people posting how college football season's over. It's not over. Like, it's not. It's not over. Things are getting very interesting. Break it down for me real quick. What leagues have canceled and what leagues are still open, or conferences?
Well, first off, let me say, whenever I heard about this, it's one of those things where you're fearful of what could potentially happen. You know the possibilities of it happening, so you think you're prepared for it.
Yep.
Think of any kind of, I guess, bad news that you hear. You think, okay, this could happen, and I've kind of mentally prepared myself for the fact that college football could be canceled.
Sure.
But when you hear that there are conferences that are deciding not to play college football, it still is extremely disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, look, we knew that the landscape of college football was going to change regardless, right? We know the landscape of professional football has changed, like with no fans, whatnot. Now, did I think it was come to this extreme because of the money-driven sport that it is? No. And there's still conferences that have not canceled. It just came out that the MAC canceled. Was it the MAC that just came
Yes.
out? The MAC just came out and canceled. Conference USA still hasn't, not that I believe.
Right. We know that the Ivy Leagues already
Ivy
did.
Leagues are done.
Ivy Leagues were, they decided that a long time ago. So according to this New York Post article, it says the Power 5 commissioner powwow comes after presidents from the Big Ten met on Saturday.
Yep.
The Big Ten is moving toward postponing their fall season and wanted to see if the ACC, SEC, Big 12, and Pac-12 would join them. Notre Dame also would likely be included in this, as the Fighting Irish were set to join the ACC for the season.
Yep.
So you've got the Power 5 conferences that basically make up college football. I mean, no offense to any other conferences.
The biggest money-driven ones that are.
I mean, people are going to watch the Power 5. So if you've got one, which of course, like we said, the Big Ten has come out today saying that they are, that's one huge domino that'll be interesting to see how the rest of them fall out.
Well, it surprises me because there's other. Okay, so Trevor Lawrence came out and said we want to play. There's coaches that have joined this movement that they want to play, and his statement was pretty interesting, where he said, people are more in danger of getting sick when they're at home,
Right.
than they are because they're in a protected environment. And hey, if they get sick when they're at playing football, they're going to be covered under insurance, and it's just healthier for them to be playing football. It was a very interesting comment, and now you've got teams coming out to say, look, if our conference cancels, we're going to switch conferences. Like the SEC could end up with 20 teams and have a big bubble in between the SEC. I don't know how that's going to work out, but are we going to have college football are we going to have college football in 3 or 4 weeks, or are they moving? Because a lot of people thought that it was over. Even if they think it's over, it's not. They're just postponing it till quote unquote spring.
And there's been talk about postponing it till spring. It will be interesting to see, if you do that, what the ramifications are of how these universities, because the Big Ten voted, of their 14 schools, 12 voted to cancel the season. 2 did not. One of them was Nebraska. And, of course, Nebraska's all about college football.
Sure.
Those cats are going to play. I can't remember exactly what the other one was, but Nebraska even talking about our options are open. Like at this point, our options are open to find where we can go play college football. And if that's, like you said, if that's at the SEC, then we'll go to the SEC. They just want to play football.
I just think this book has been open, and there's so many pages to it that it's impossible to sit here and say that this college football season is lost and it's over. I don't agree with that. I mean, if they come up with some sort of we've heard rumors of people getting very well real soon of some sort of they've already got a treatment for it. So if it turns around, and you're 1 month into the college football season, these people pick up and start playing football again.
Yeah.
Or do they make the decision and say it's over till when? There's so many curveballs and so many up and downs and so many things that can happen. It's hard for me to sit down, and that's why I didn't post anything on our website or anything like that and say, hey, look, college football season's over, because I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm not at the point where I'm saying college football season is over. I think it's a lot closer to being that now than it was a week ago.
Yes.
If you would have asked me a week ago, I would have said, no way, they're going to play college football, at least the Power 5 conferences will.
Well, then you had all those people we talked about the last show. You had all the people coming out and, the Pac-12, when they have a whole new manifest of new rules that they want to follow.
Yeah.
And now you've got people that don't want to play versus people that do want to play, like Trevor Lawrence and all these coaches and players, and now are like, hey, I want to play football. What's the problem?
And you got to think, well, for a guy like Trevor Lawrence, I don't think, and I'm going to talk in terms of their college football and their life after college football.
Yeah.
Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, whether he plays this year or not, will be the number 1 pick in the draft next year.
I believe so.
Doesn't matter if he plays this year or not. That's my guess. But for guys that are using this year to up their draft status, to showcase themselves, I mean, you talk about, I think I heard it today, somebody had talked about it saying, this could be the most important NFL combine ever.
Sure.
If you do not have a college football season. Just because you're gonna have guys that have not played any football for 19 months by the time NFL rolls around in 2021. That's a long time.
How many guys are not in shape anymore?
Well, that's the thing, and especially if they're not in their program. So if they're not having a college football season, does that mean they're not showing up to the facilities?
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. And you look at baseball for an example of all these players getting hurt,
Yeah.
and all these things happening. If college football, like pro football is about to find out, I mean, you're not playing really at full speed in these practices, and then you're going to go on a game time mode. You might see people popping hamstrings, pulling quads, a wide receiver running full speed, gets nudged, and you never know. I mean, ankles, you might start seeing a ton of injuries, and is this what college football is going to have to go through? Because those scrimmages and practices, they mean a lot. You're in there with your trainers, you're in there with those guys that are hands-on, and you cannot be hands-on anymore.
Well, and supposedly what triggered all this was Big Ten commissioners received a report. It was kind of like a medical data report about the condition of future concerns related to young people who get COVID.
Yep.
And what their potential future medical issues could be, specifically talking about people that would be considered overweight or people that are of a certain type that would tend to have heart or lung problems. And so the Big Ten has shared this report with the other commissioners. And so that's what the fear is. Because, you've got in college football, you got a bunch of big dudes that play college football. And if there's those concerns, then obviously they're going to be proactive about it. And really what it comes down to is liability. These universities do not want to have any liability on them if they have something tragically happen to one of their players. If they're in their stead while it happens, you know how this is nowadays. People are going to hold them liable for it.
My buddy Thomas says, how can you think it's not over, yet you feel like baseball won't get through the entire season asking for a friend? Baseball, lack of a better term, they screwed up. It is a mess that baseball is going through right now. People, we just had another guy drop out, the Mets starting pitcher, Stroman. He's gone now. In football, these guys want to play. And like in baseball, I don't know if they really, I don't know how baseball did this, but man, it is a just disaster. I don't think college football is going to be like that. I don't think it's going to be. These are grown adults versus college kids. The college kids are going to be quarantined to a hotel room or in their,
Right.
I don't know. You got to also look at classrooms. Like, are they going to classes? Is it online classes? How is the college campus open? Is it not? These grown men, they're going out and partying and going to casinos. That's why the St. Louis Cardinals have more games, suspended now or postponed. So I think these college athletes will be quarantined and they will be held accountable, and they will have testing done and
Right.
whatnot. And baseball just dropped it. Really, they dropped the ball.
Well, and in your defense, what he's saying about that is, I think for this whole thing that's going on with this COVID and coronavirus, it changes every day.
Yes.
And so, yes, I could see how a couple weeks ago someone like yourself would say, yeah, I think they're going to finish the baseball season. Now, given what's changed and what's updated and happened, and you've got teams, like you said, Cardinals, who haven't played since July 28th, right?
Yeah,
or something
July
like that.
28th.
That kind of changes your thought process on that.
Yeah, it's not like we're starting football and then they're stopping it.
Correct.
You don't know that yet. That's why I say baseball's not going to make it. I have no idea how they're going to make up all these Cardinal games. What happens in the playoffs? We'll get to baseball in a minute, but just quickly, what happens in the baseball playoffs if 4 or 5 guys get sick in the playoffs?
Right.
And what are you, postponing playoff games?
Right.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. It makes me. But the thing about college football, and I understand people's issues they have with college athletics and players getting paid and all that stuff. That's another show we could talk about that kind of stuff for an hour.
We can sit here for days.
But I think people that badmouth college football or talk about the money that they generate or the coaches' salaries and all that, you're going to find out real quick how valuable college football is to a university.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these, if we get through 2 or 3 games with the SEC and they do have college football or whatever conference decides to play, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these people pick up and say, let's go.
Right.
You know, and I don't know how they're going to revamp that, but I mean, once you make a decision, is that it? Is that the end all be all? I mean, what if they come up with this vaccine that works in the next month, and
Right.
you know, you give it to your players?
Well,
That's why I don't say that the college football season's over. I don't believe so.
And my irritation with it is those people that are saying, "Oh, big deal, it's college football." I don't think you have any idea what college football generates in revenue for a university, and I'm talking about other athletic programs that run in a deficit every year.
Yeah, swimming, track.
Name them.
They got. Go through all of them.
You hurt Title IX. Think about the students in a university that are not on a revenue-generating sport, that are just there as a student, that are getting scholarships paid
Yeah, and
for.
football pays for all those scholarships. It pays
Correct.
for all those other athletes, student athletes, and you know, so
Donations go down. I mean, look at it this way: the NCAA distributes money to all of its members every year. They were supposed to hand out $600 million to their universities just as the plan goes in June. This year, they're going to end up giving out $225 million.
Damn. Almost, more than half. That's
More than
60%.
half of the revenue that universities are expecting.
Ouch.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. For those people that want to badmouth college football and say that, it's all about the money, it's all about the money, you're going to find out real quick how much that money helps a university if they don't play college football.
Yeah, it's not like track is supporting everything, or soccer.
No.
Football supports all those other teams to travel, their uniforms, their sponsorship, like absolutely everything football pays for. So, we'll see.
A huge majority of an athletic
My
department
opinion,
budget is that.
College football's not over. I'm not going to jump the gun and sit here and say it's done. I'm not, like you said, man, this thing changes daily.
Yes.
And especially if it's not daily, it's changing every other day.
Just so everybody knows, I want to make sure they know this number. According to USA Today, $4.1 billion in revenue could be lost with no college football.
Yeah.
I didn't say million. I said
Billion.
$4.1 billion.
Ooh, that is.
So don't tell me college football. It's just football. It's just athletics. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it.
I'm voting. My vote is to play. These guys. I think they'd be well. I think Trevor Lawrence was right. They'd be more.
They'd be safer at university.
Yes, I think they'd be safer with the program running its football. So whatever.
Put it to you this way: would you
It is what it
rather,
is.
if you had a son that was playing college football, would you rather him be under the eyes of a college football program or at your house on the weekend?
Yeah, or no, he's
You
not
tell
even going
me.
to stay there. He's going to go with his friends and go
Exactly.
around and do whatever.
Exactly.
That's why these guys are getting busted.
That's what it
But
comes down to.
welcome, guys, again to Sports with Balls. We're missing Lauren Leal. She's on a little vacay. She'll be back on Thursday. So I think she's answering some questions. So if you guys are following us, ask her a question or two. She's on there. So,
And just as a reminder, 15 minutes of the
Yeah.
show, we're going to take some phone
I
calls.
think we're going to take a phone call or two. First time. This will be interesting. I'm
so
excited.
please call. I'm excited to hear. have you call.
Thomas, call in. I want to hear your opinion on what you just said. But we'll move on. Major League Baseball, man. Listen, Astros got into it. Finally, this is what people were waiting for us to get beamed. The Dodgers did it. Obviously, done with all that. Now we get in it with the Oakland A's. And you have some insight on this that I didn't know. Listen, so he got thrown at in the fourth inning with a fastball, 91 miles an hour, in his back. Then, I'm sure everybody knows by now, Astros got in a massive fight with the Oakland A's yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Yesterday. I think.
Yesterday. And, yeah, it's all over the news, and people are, the Astros are, listen, I'm an Astros fan, but the Astros are falling apart. And this does not help their case.
No, man, this is surprising. I'm surprised. Because I told you when the baseball season started, reluctantly, I think the Astros were going to be very competitive this year, potentially win a World Series. What's going on with those guys, man?
No preseason, no spring games. Dusty Baker does not know the pitchers. We've got 13 rookies. It's just a shit show. Like the Astros are a mess right now. They are, and it sucks, man. But and I hate the one thing I cannot stand is that people are saying, "Oh, they're not winning because of the trash cans." Listen, they're number one in runs scored. So it's not like their offense is diminished or they're not hitting the ball. No, we're number one in runs scored in the AL. The problem is our pitching is just atrocious. We cannot pitch. We just can't. There's guys that come in there. I can't keep up with. They added somebody else today again. I just can't keep up with who they're adding, who they're dropping, and now you're going to have suspensions because of this fight.
Yeah.
Tell us what went on in this game.
So when I was reading about it, of course I saw the highlights, and I thought the highlights were great. I mean, anytime you see a baseball fight, it's awesome.
Yeah, of course.
I don't care.
This dude rushed the dugout, which is pretty ballsy.
I don't care what you say.
He said a yo mama joke or something.
So according to what was said, so this was the Astros hitting coach, correct? Cintrone.
Yes.
So Astros hitting coach Cintrone. First off, let me say this: Laureano, who was the guy for the Ramon Laureano
for the A's.
who was hit by the A's. That was his third time to get hit by the Astros.
Yeah.
In
And
that
he had
series,
been hit.
correct?
He had been hit in the fourth inning. That was his second time that day. He was hit in the fourth with a fastball, 91 miles an hour to the bat.
Yes.
And then the capper was the curveball. It was only a 70, 71, or 74 mile an hour curveball that hit him right in the upper left shoulder. And then
It's easy for us to say it was
On
only
his-
78 while we're sitting here watching. I bet it didn't feel good.
on his way to first, he had some words for the pitcher, and then turned around and he got into it with our pitching coach.
So what I saw this little neat deal. So when he gets hit, he's going to first base, and of course people are separating him.
Yep.
And you can see him doing his motion like this. Basically, what I think is he's saying, if you're going to throw a slider, you throw it like this. You don't throw it like that, straight at me.
Okay.
And so if you go back and watch, if you watch while he's walking, he's doing the motion like this. So he gets to first base. Supposedly, Cintrone, the Astros hitting coach, in Spanish, says something about Laureano's mother.
Yeah, he said something about his mom. Apparently.
That's what was said.
Allegedly.
But what was funny about it was whenever he was asked, Laureano asked about it, he maintains that Cintrone said something vile about his mother, but also said he regrets charging the dugout. And Laureano said, I regret charging him because he's a loser.
I mean, look, I don't know, because there is history there with Laureano. There is history, so I don't know. The first one was a beam. Like, he beamed him right in the lower back. I mean, got him good. Second one, I don't know. Because our pitchers are so bad right now, he might have just lost control of that curveball.
Well, when you're hit for the second
Off
time in
speed.
a game, that gets to a point where you're like, okay.
He was
these
pissed. I mean,
guys-
obviously, he was mad. And then there's a brawl. Now there's going to be suspensions. I don't know. Laureano's going to get suspended. The A's coach said that, because there's no crowd noise, they can find out exactly what was said. And we'll see if he did say something about his mother. Speaking of walking up to the – did you see the guy that got busted for exposure in a parking lot doing something that he shouldn't have been doing?
What was he doing? Tell us about it.
I don't know. I can't say that on air. But, yeah, he got busted doing some lewd act in his car by himself. And
He
then
was enjoying a certain feature of himself.
Yeah, he definitely was doing something
Yes.
inappropriate.
Yes.
And, man, he walks up to the bat the other day, and they start playing Michael Jackson Beat It, bro. And you can just –
I heard about
Dude,
that.
you can,
That was great.
You got to Google this. It's funny. The organ player. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it was
dude,
fantastic.
that is impressive. Like,
It's awesome.
I thought that was great. But,
Yes.
yeah, look that up if you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
That is pretty funny.
But no, supposedly Cintrone has a history of this. If basically the Yankees, from what I read, some of the Yankees can't stand him because in 2017 during the playoffs, he was talking shit to the Yankees in the playoff game. So the only thing I've noticed about Cintrone is the only thing I'm going to talk about it as far as the sign stealing thing. Cintrone was the lead person named specifically a lot in those reports. And that man has not received the suspension yet.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't want to get too heavy into that. I mean,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I
trying
don't
to
want to get into this.
get away from the trash campaign.
I don't want to get into the sign stealing thing,
Look,
but I'm
we're
saying
already
Cintrone has a
we're
history.
already
though.
behind the Texas Rangers now in the division.
How
which,
about that? That was fantastic. I love to see
that is
it.
obnoxious. But, more on the Oakland Athletic part, dude, they're killing it.
Oakland. Well, and I think
11 and 12 and 4.
I think we kind of mentioned during our baseball preview when we were talking about teams, the Oakland Athletics, they could present a problem. And I tell you what, when you look at baseball overall, it's just weird to see what you're seeing as far as the standings go when you're looking at what?
Valder Tovar, thanks, man, for watching. He goes, they should have played I Touch Myself Up.
Great. I like that.
That was you? Oh, my God.
I like that.
That's pretty solid.
Thanks for playing along. That's
mean,
awesome. That's good. Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's all kinds of different songs you could probably think of
I
to play
bet.
for that. Yeah.
Thank God there's no crowd, because you can imagine the signs that have been up. I mean, like that might have been adult day at the park. Like, who knows?
Well, but I will ask the question though. How much do you think they discussed and talked about that in the locker room? Do you think anybody ever said? Do you think any of his teammates brought it up?
Oh, dude, they have to. If you're in like, you know how baseball, they crack on each other like we do, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm sure like they were like, get ready, dude.
Could you imagine what they said to that guy?
I bet they will play that song coming up. I bet
they
there
will.
is somebody's going to play that
has
song.
to do that. Yes, absolutely.
That's hysterical, dude. That's hysterical. But, you know, moving on, like I said, the Oakland A's, they're killing it. The Rangers have a better
12-4.
record than, winning percentage. They haven't played as many games. They have better
Correct.
winning percentage.
They have one fewer loss.
Yeah, than
They have 8. Astros have 9.
than the Astros, which is interesting.
But this is why it's so topsy-turvy in baseball right now. So you've got the Yankees at 10-6 ahead in the AL East, which, by the way, they got series loss to the Rays.
Oh, and they lost a huge part of their offense.
Stanton, which is
Yeah.
not shocking.
Yeah, Juan Carlos Stanton on the IL with a hamstring, and hamstrings, no joke, man.
No.
Those are lingering. That sucks.
But my question is, how do you hurt yourself when you're a DH?
Yeah, out of shape, man.
I mean, how does Stanton hurt
we said
himself
from the
if he doesn't
beginning
play
the
game?
Yankees are going to get injuries, man.
Yes.
They are,
Yes.
100%.
I just want to know how you get yourself hurt when all you have to do is hit and run bases. That's all you got to do.
Took off too soon, man.
What, I mean, it's
working
weird.
out too much.
But in the AL Central, you got Minnesota top at 10-6, and then you've got, according to Baseball Reference, Detroit at second at 8-5, and Cleveland third at 10-7. I don't know how that works out. Of course, Oakland first in the AL West at 12-4. NL West, who would have thought?
Colorado's up there.
11-4. Chicago Cubs are killing it right now.
Dude,
They're
look at
best
the
team in
Tigers.
baseball.
Did you see what the Tigers did? Detroit Tigers did?
Yes.
4 home runs and 11 pitches in the first inning.
Yes.
Holy crap! You talk about
That's
a
crushing.
game. Talk about a game getting out of hand real fast.
That's
man.
crushing.
Like, wow,
It's
11
crazy.
pitches, 4 home runs, and the first 11 pitches of the games, the Tigers hit 4 home runs.
Right.
Insane.
Yes.
Dude, if I was there at that game, that'd be a fun game to be at.
That would be,
Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, can you imagine there's nobody there to enjoy
I
it?
didn't watch it. I read about it, but I'm wondering if the pitcher was pulled. I mean, did they take him out or like, okay, this is a fluke? But whoa.
Correct. Yes. You've thrown 11 pitches and they hit 4 of them out of the park, dude. Like,
That's
what are you
a
doing?
stat. Like, I mean, what starting pitcher's been pulled out with less pitches?
I'm sure somebody has.
It's got to be someone.
Well,
with
you'd
5
have
pitches.
to say like a starting pitcher because I'm sure a reliever is coming.
Yeah,
in
like
and
a
throwing
starting
co-
pitcher. Yeah. No, I'm talking about to start off a game.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
To start off a game without an injury, is that the shortest time a starter's been out there? 11 pitches.
That'd be something to look up. I need to look that
You
up.
need to look that up on your segment. Today in sports.
Atlanta Braves are ahead in the NL East at 10-6, but you got the Miami Marlins at 7-3. So
Yep.
it's the major leagues right now. Excuse me, major leagues are wonky. Like you've got these teams. You've got the Marlins that have played 10 games and the Braves have played 17. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and we've got
It's weird.
we got the Cardinals that haven't played since July 28th, and they just canceled another series. They won't play again till Wednesday or Thursday.
They've played 5 games.
That is
They've played
absolutely
5 games.
ridiculous, man. They've played 5 baseball games. There's no way they're going to possibly make up these games in double headers without injuries. Without, I mean, you're
No.
talking about just throwing people. Like, what are they going to play? We just said last week that somebody played. They played 7 games in 5 days. Now the Cardinals are probably going to play 9 games in 5 days, maybe more.
I tell you what, this all could have been avoided, in my opinion, if whenever they first started talking about doing this and they did a bubble type of environment.
Sure. Remember they said Arizona or Florida? That's where
They were
gonna
even
do
talking
it.
about the Rangers' new ballpark, playing it in that.
Oh,
but
God.
the players, hey, why a beautiful new ballpark? Why not?
But I'm sure
That'd be
Jerry
fantastic.
World will have something to say. We can play it over there.
Yeah, he would figure it out already.
He'll figure it out.
He'd figure out a way
We'll
to make
put
money.
4 baseball stadiums in
Yeah,
there.
he'd
We're
figure out a way to
fine.
make money over there. But yeah, I mean, but the players didn't want to do it. Players are opting out. Players are complaining about salaries.
Speaking of, the
safety.
Mets starting pitcher Stroman opted out.
Yes.
Which is what place are the Mets in right now?
The Mets are in probably, let's see, Mets are in, well, in this wonky deal, they're in third. They're
in
7-9. They're in
7 and
third.
9. So
3.5 back.
I said it before. I don't know if they're going to make it, and if they do, with all this that's going on, is it legitimate? Like, I mean, are the playoffs going to be like, I mean, are they going to be at full strength? I mean, look what's going on with the Cardinals and like all the injuries. The Astros have 13 rookies and all these injuries that are piling up on people. I mean, it's just nuts. Atlanta Braves starter is out for the with a Achilles heel pulled. Verlander, that doesn't look good for him. They've already come back and said it doesn't look good for him. Now you've got the Mets Stroman, their starting pitcher, out. How many more starting pitchers are going to fall before it's like, okay, now we're just playing with scrubs? And is if you win the World Series, is it even worth it? What if the World Series ends up like a 4-0 sweep and they're just playing, college athletes?
It would be extremely disappointing.
That's boring baseball. The best part of the season is him playing that damn song "Beat It" when the guy walked up. So,
it's the most entertaining thing that's happened. So, because this, like you said, the baseball. What I'm extremely disappointed in is just the baseball players. I just think they've. Remember we talked about this from the very beginning. Before the baseball season even started, I was on the side of the owners. I think the baseball players have completely screwed this up.
Yep.
And I think they've just been. I mean, I was talking to a friend the other day. I just think they're being bitches about all this. They just are. They're opting out. They're not wanting to play. They're going out to clubs.
The Mets.
They're doing things to
Mets lost a player, like literally lost him.
They lost a player. Yes, because
Cespedes. Oh, then to come to find out that he was salsa dancing. Did you see that?
Yes.
He went out partying salsa dancing.
Yes.
And now they lose their starting pitcher Stroman.
Yes.
The Mets are a mess too. If you think the Astros are a mess, go look at the Mets. The Mets, Cardinals, Astros. There's other teams that are flat out a disaster as well. So I mean, it's just. You've only got a handful of teams that even have a shot, I think. Like, I really do. And I can feel bad for the Oakland A's, even though they just got in a fight with us. Look, they might be having an incredible season, but it might be all for nothing.
And the Chicago Cubs are 10-3.
Yeah, that's Tommy's team. He was just talking about that on, watching us. Yep, the old Cubbies. But we'll see how the MLB plays out. Let's move on to a league that's actually progressing and doing very, very well, which is the NBA. I mean, they're killing it right now.
I'm gonna have to apologize to Adam Silver.
Why, you thought it was not gonna work?
No, I didn't. And I said on multiple occasions on this show that Adam Silver was screwing it up, and that he wouldn't make a decision, and that he was putting the NBA in a position where I don't think they would have been successful. I was even saying they shouldn't even. Remember, we said they shouldn't even do a season.
Yeah, I mean that's back when things were first getting really bad, and you didn't know where all this goes. Now, I mean, look, the bubble was clearly the way to go.
Clearly,
I mean,
I was 100%. I will say, Adam Silver, you're listening. I apologize to you, sir.
Adam Silver, I'm sure he's listening right now.
Yeah.
He's one of.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, sir, because the NBA has got it right. The NBA has done it right. They've got a great product.
Speaking of injuries, NBA, Ben Simmons came out today, lost for the season, and Joel Embiid last night went out with an injury. But I think that they're on the outside looking in, and I think they're done.
Well, you talk about a mess.
I know. We even said that might be the surprise team.
I did. Because I thought they had their stuff together, and they obviously.
And we even said, well, you said New Orleans might be a surprise team, and they look worse than the Sixers.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I thought they were, but yeah, the Pelicans have been disappointing.
Portland after all that talk with Damian Lillard prior to this bubble about how he didn't want to play because they didn't have a shot, and now he is just destroying it. 51 the other night and just dominating and talking shit on Twitter and everything.
He might. I mean, short of my guy, which we'll talk about here in just a second, he may be the best player in the bubble.
Him,
Damian
Harden,
Lillard.
Luka, your guy. I mean, well, I don't know, man. T.J. Warren is. I mean, he's off his rocker. He's highest scorer right now in the bubble.
Where in the hell did T.J. Warren come from?
I have no clue, but the guy is going nuts. He's having a fantastic bubble.
If you said you knew who T.J. Warren was before the bubble started, you're a liar.
I think I would have named his team. I don't know where he came from, what he does. No
idea.
I have no clue.
They're calling him the Jordan of the bubble.
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
Well, right now he is.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
Right now he is the best. T.J. Warren is averaging 39.5 points on 66% shooting in the bubble right now.
That is, I mean, look, Luka's got triple doubles. Harden leads every single category like attempts, free throws, restroom breaks,
Free
3
throws,
points,
dribbles.
Like, I mean, dribbles. Yeah, I mean, he's everywhere. Like shoes. I mean, he just you name it, Harden leads it and everything. But he annoys the hell out of me. But that's another. We'll get to that. But
TJ Warren, he's 55.6% from the 3-point line.
That's insane.
From 23 feet out.
That's insanity.
He's 55%.
That's
incredible.
Are they gonna make the playoffs? Are they in? He would be
That's a
fun
good
to.
question.
He'd be fun to watch if he's scoring like that and people are interested in it. He'd be fun to watch because right now you've got. Look, the West is already pretty much set except for the 8th seed. And the East is set. The East is set 1 through 8. I don't know. Well, the matchups might not be completely set yet, but 1 through 8, the playoff teams are set, and the West is set except for that 8th seed. And there's 3 teams that have a legitimate shot.
I think it's going to be Portland. The way Portland's playing
They're
right
still
now,
on the outside.
they're half game back. They're half game back with 2 games left to play. Memphis is not playing well at all. Portland is playing out of their mind. So your boy Carmelo is playing well.
Yeah, my boy.
Your boy Carmelo is playing well.
He's not necessarily my boy, but
you want to take anything back on those things about Carmelo?
He's thinner. Yeah, he's not winning a championship. Look, he lost a bunch of weight, and his shot looks good again. Good job, Carmelo. He's gonna. I mean, what, man? He's gonna.
Hoodie Melo, he was losing all that weight.
Yeah, he's gonna
sweats.
He's gonna go to another team and just juice out somebody else's contract. I mean, I don't know. Is he gonna play past this? Who knows? But it's not like Melo's going to the championship by any means.
He's contributing to this team that's probably going to make it to the playoffs.
I mean, good. I mean, listen, Dame is going ballistic. Like, I mean, he's fun to watch in this bubble. There's a few storylines in this bubble that are very, very interesting. Luka with the triple doubles and the way he's playing, the way he has Dallas rolling. People talk about Harden and the Rockets, but they're the exact same team they've always been, man. It's just nothing's gonna change. They're gonna play, they're gonna lose, and you're gonna be like, oh man, we should have had it. Like, it was the same exact thing.
Yeah. You don't think Westbrook adds anything to that could change that?
No, I don't. Frustration probably will set in because James Harden, again, I'll say it, Harden dribbles the ball twice as much as anybody in the league is even close to him.
I would love to see the stats of the percentage of the game that he has the ball in his
nuts.
hands.
It's beyond twice as much as anybody else. Like, he holds the ball longer, twice as long than even the person closest to him, which I don't know who else it is, but I mean, it's nuts. And so it's actually pretty awkward to see Westbrook get as much as he's getting, even though Harden, holds the ball that much. Westbrook's still scoring 20, 30 something. They're going to be the highest duo, since Kobe and Shaq, to score something like 60, 70 something points a game. And they're going to beat Kobe and Shaq from the 2004 team or something like that.
I have been surprised on Westbrook and how he's kind of acclimated to the team. I thought it was going to be difficult when he came in, just because Harden and Westbrook are 2 ball-dominant guards. Like, they need to have the basketball in their hand. And Westbrook, to his credit, I think he's coming into a situation he's new to, and it's Harden's team, and he's letting Harden do his thing. But, yeah, Harden dribbles the ball so much, wears it out, dribble. I mean, it's just, to watch that guy play is maddening. He can score better than probably anybody in NBA. He can score.
Yeah, scoring-wise, he can. He can step back and, I don't know. I mean, Dame's putting on a show right now, but, both of them can score anywhere. It's the NBA's fun to watch, honestly, and the playoffs start, I think, Thursday or Friday. Well, I think that's the last
two more games left for a lot of the teams, but I will say, just because it's important that I bring it up, Luka Doncic, at 21 years old, I think is setting himself up, if he continues on the trajectory that he is, top 10 player in NBA history. History.
Whoa.
History.
I thought you were gonna say in the league.
He's already top 5 player in the league.
Dude, listen.
History of the NBA.
Injuries are gonna
obviously injuries make a difference.
Listen, is he gonna be better than Dirk? No. I don't see top 10 in history. Is he in line for maybe winning an MVP in the next 2 or 3 years? Possibly.
If you had the over and under at MVPs at 1.5 in his career,
Ooh.
what would you give it?
I go under because you've got Zion, Ja Morant. Look, this kid TJ Warren. You've got Harden still, putting up his numbers. Durant's not even back. If Curry and them get healthy, so I think 1 maybe. And that's another weird thing that Golden State is not even being mentioned. They're not even close. Like Steph Curry's at the golf tournament, which, by the way, congratulations to 21-year-old Colin Monakawa.
Very good.
Colin Monakawa for winning PGA Championship this week. Good job. Good job for him. And Steph Curry actually asked him a couple of questions afterwards. He was there. It was pretty interesting. But he goes.
But yes, Luka Doncic. Let's go back to Luka.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
If he continues on his trajectory and what he's doing currently, by the time his career is over, I think he'll be a top 10 rated basketball player in the NBA history.
No, top 25 maybe.
Top 25?
I say top ever. You're talking about ever.
Ever.
Randy? No.
I'm talking about ever.
Yeah, no, dude, no. Top 25.
Understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
No, you hear me. I said it very clear. I said it very clear.
Listen, Russell
Luka's the only player in NBA history with over 20 triple-doubles at age 21 or younger.
Fine. Okay. Where's Russell Westbrook? Is he a top 25 player ever?
No.
Okay, but he averaged a triple-double for a whole season.
Okay.
And still can't win an MVP. Still can't do this and that. It's like, I don't think Luka, it's way too early to tell. Is he playing really good right now? Sure. Is Porzingis going to step up? Sure. There's too many unknowns. Like, remember Michael Finley for, the Mavs? And
Michael Finley and Luka are two totally different people.
My point is, Michael Finley, when he came out, as a rookie and his second year, he was, that's what they build the team around. And he was amazing. But then, time goes on. Listen, he's 7 feet and he's dribbling the ball. He's out on the perimeter. People are going to get under his feet. Injuries are going to happen. You become a top 20 player if you don't get injuries. Like that's
well, yeah. Obviously, injuries are going to play a huge part in the rest of his career. So I can't just say, yeah,
top 10 player ever, dude. You're putting him up there with Magic, Isaiah, Jordan,
yes.
Kobe Bryant.
I'm putting him up there with like Larry Bird. Yes, dude. Correct.
Just because somebody said that they remind him of Larry Bird.
No. That's not. I'm not even saying he reminds me of Larry Bird. I'm just saying if he continues and progresses how he is, he's already averaging 8 more points than he was last year. I don't even think
that Harden is a top 10 player ever, and you're putting Luka past him. That's ridiculous.
I think he has the potential. Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, hey, I think he does.
That's why we're here. What? Other NBA news. The Eastern Conference looks to be set. There's nobody else that can jump in. I wonder if they're going to start resting players. Like we said, the playoffs do start on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll see. When we do the show on Thursday, we'll have all the brackets set, and we'll pick who's probably going to win what. Break it down for you a little bit better on Thursday.
The only thing I'll be curious to see is if the LA Clippers fall back at all. Right now they're kind of sitting. Everybody I think just kind of assumed it was going to be Lakers 1, Clippers 2.
Yes.
Clippers are falling back a little bit. I mean, you only got the Denver Nuggets 1 game behind them as far as
they might want it that way. Who knows?
I will say this about the NBA playoffs this year. Seeding, for the most part, really won't matter much just because you don't have home court. None of that matters.
So that's why they're just not really worried about it. I mean, if you're LA,
they're playing like they're not worried about it.
Well, if you're the Clippers, do you care if you're playing Denver, Utah, or the Rockets? I don't think so.
I think it matters more to the Lakers who they play than it does the Clippers.
Yes. I mean, they're going to play – well, I don't know. The Lakers-Portland series would be awesome to watch.
Dude, I think Portland could beat the Lakers the way they're playing right now.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the opening series is 3.
I think so.
It's only 3 games. I mean, if you have an opening series,
I don't know.
And
it may be 5.
If you have an opening series and it's 3, I mean, there's no home court advantage. So, and if you're hot going in, hey, you have a shot.
Well, and I'll say the thing that we talked about whenever this season started up. I don't think it was made as big a deal as it is. I think the Lakers are missing Avery Bradley. I think they're missing him quite a bit.
I agree.
Because they have nobody on the outside that can play defense. They can't shoot. They're shooting the worst percentage in the bubble.
Rondo hurt his finger, and he's out.
Oh, well, they don't have Rondo to spare him to death. Rondo, that dude hadn't been relevant in 10 years.
Dude, but he always, just one game, he'll put up like 25 assists, and it just does something amazing. He was a good basketball player. He got hurt.
He was.
He was their backup.
Capitalized was. He was a good basketball player.
Luka, top 10 ever.
You're damn right. I stand by that. And then we're going to be doing this by the time his career's over. And he's going to win multiple MVPs, multiple championships. And I'm going to go back to this day, August 10th, 2020, when I said it.
Oh, man. Let's move on to some NFL news. I told you before.
Let's move
on. Nothing about the Cowboys. That's for damn sure. We got Lamar Miller to New England. We're less than 4 weeks away from the Texans and Chiefs game.
And nobody talks about it.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the show started. Now, the fans in the stadiums, Houston says it's going to allow 14,000 fans in, all right? And Dallas has come out and said they're going to allow half, which would be around 40,000 fans in the stadium.
Right.
We just got news before the show started that the Cincinnati Reds says they're going to allow fans in before the end of the baseball season's over.
Yeah.
So you might start seeing some fans in the stands. That would be interesting. Look, let them slowly come in. Like with NFL stadiums, they're going to block off the first 8 rows, right? So you can't be near the players, which is smart.
Yes.
And then, man, start off with, let's just say you are Dallas. Start off with 10,000 fans. Separate them.
Yeah.
And then if all that works, let in 15, then 20, and then 30. You know, I mean, you can move it up. You have a week in between games.
Right.
You know? And with all this college stuff, they're planning on playing football games. If college does go out the window, NFL is going to do Saturday, Sunday, and Monday football.
NFL's going to figure out a way to make money.
Oh, they're going to kill it.
They're going to figure out a way to make
They're
money.
going to have to donate to the college.
There's a reason those dudes there's a reason those dudes are billionaires. They know how to make money.
And most of, I told you this prior to, before the show started, that most of the players opted out. There's been 69 players that opted out by Thursday's deadline. Most of them, like 90% of them, opted out because of prior health conditions or family health conditions. So they had absolutely legitimate reasons to opt out.
Which I can understand. I mean, I'm not gonna hate on anybody for wants to choose something like that over their family. I mean, if that's what hey, family's important, and you know, like
if I read it right, they earn up to $350,000 if they opt out,
right.
and they still get their health benefits and stuff like that.
So no knock on them, but once we've made the decision, you can't come back in, and once you've made the decision to continue with the season, you should not be able to make a decision to go out. Like now that the decisions have been made. It's made, and we move forward. Speaking
of decisions, you got you got some topics for us today, birthdays and all kinds of stuff?
I do, because we want to get to it. Just a reminder, if anybody wants to, if anybody can, here in the next few minutes, we'll take a phone call if somebody wants to do that.
We might have a phone call, man. We might. But listen, you're about to do your
yes. So
Today in Sports, but Today in Sports is brought to you by Joe Applewhite Realty. If you're considering a move or know somebody that is, call Joe Applewhite, 713-291-5270. Mention Sports with Balls, and he's going to help pay for your move for you, which we all know the most annoying part of moving is moving, boxing stuff up. So he's going to help you out with that. Call him at 713-291-5270, residential and commercial. That's Joe Applewhite and Applewhite Realty. What we got today?
Today's August the 10th.
Yes, sir. You already mentioned that. August the 10th, the day that you mentioned Luka being a top 10 player.
Put it down.
Ever.
Put it down in your journal. I'm going to write it in my diary tonight.
Oh, my God.
August 10th. So August 10th, 1980. Did you know we just got done with the PGA Championship? Did you know PGA Championship Men's Golf, Oak Hill Country Club, Jack Nicklaus wins his 5th and final PGA Championship by 7 strokes over Andy Bean. And, of course, Jack has the most PGA Championships, 5, which ties him with Walter Hagen for the most.
I think Tiger has 4.
Yeah. So you got 5. August 10th, 1984. Did you know that the U.S. beat Spain 96-65 to win the gold medal at the L.A. Olympics in basketball?
Nice.
Those were college players: Michael Jordan, Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullin, guys that eventually went on to the Dream Team eventually about 8 years later. August 10th, 1997. Did you know Atlanta Braves signed Greg Maddux to a then record MLB contract? You ready for this? 5 years, $57.5 million.
That's 1 year now. Like,
so just think about this.
Like 2 years,
think about this. Garrett Cole just signed it. 9-year, $364 million contract.
Did you see the tar stick to his fingers in that video?
I did see that.
Wow, Cole, you gotta. That's ridiculous.
You gotta hide that better, bud.
Yeah,
do a better job of that. And then final, August 10th, 1989. Did you know that the A's? Speaking of the A's, this sounds like something that happened in Little League. The A's batted out of order against the White Sox in the 3rd inning. When is the last time you've heard of an MLB Major League Baseball team batting out of order? That's just the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never heard of that ever until I saw this, and that's what I wanted to put down. So, just a couple birthdays to go over. 1967, we were talking about boxing earlier. Riddick Bowe was born in Brooklyn, New York. Riddick Bowe.
He was dope, man.
That was just a boxing name, Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, he was good, man. He really was.
That dude wasn't going to be an accountant. Riddick Bowe, the accountant.
No, dude.
August 10th, 1965, my all-time Nick that I hated the most, John Starks, was born.
You didn't like John Starks too much?
No, I didn't like John Starks at all. And then just real quick, my sister, Meredith, it's her birthday today. I just want to say happy birthday to my sister.
Birthday,
Love you, Meredith.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday. Hey, look, man, we might have our first caller ever on this
Ooh, we got a caller. I like it. Let's do it.
Let's see if we can bring in Dreesy. Dreesy, you there?
I am here.
Oh, look at here.
there we
Welcome to the
go.
show, Big D.
Nice.
What
What's
is
happening?
up? How are you, my man?
What's going on?
Man,
I was watching the show, and I heard that guy say top 10 for Luka, and I was like, what?
yeah, I'm with you. That's
That
what
guy,
I said.
Grant. It's Grant. Yes,
yeah.
that guy.
Grant the whole Miles. Yeah,
Yeah,
he said
that's
top
right.
10. I
That
saw your
guy.
comment. I was like, let's have Dreesy call in real quick. So on the show, like, what did you? What were your topics you want to bring? You got anything about the NCAA, NBA? What did you want to talk about?
You know, I just found out this morning about, the NCAA might not have a season. And, I'm not too much of a baseball guy. I'd rather go to the game, drink beer, and watch with my friends. Basketball, I like more playoffs, but I am a diehard college football fan.
Yeah, I
like
know.
Saturday mornings, I'm somewhere watching the game. I tell my girl, don't bother me. Just Saturday, I'm all about college football. You can have every day, but college football Saturday. And the fact that we may not have college football this year, I'm a little bit sad about that.
I mean, we are too. And have you read about the news? I mean, did you listen earlier what we were saying about the SEC? I mean, look, first of all, we know that the SEC is going to be the last conference to bow out. Like, they're going to hold on till death, until something happens real bad. The SEC is going to be the last one. I don't think that college football is out. I think some programs are opting out, but I don't think it's done. Do you think they should cancel it and wait till spring?
I mean, I don't know because, with this COVID, you have people all over the board. You have some people don't believe it's anything. You have some people that are extremists, and I'm kind of in the middle. I believe it's a virus. I'm not an extremist. Look, I'm going to wear my mask and, do what I got to do. But I'm not so I don't know. I'm not the person that can make that decision because you have certain people who've lost people and people who haven't. So I don't know on that.
Well, and that's the thing I think people are struggling with is – because I'm exactly how he is. I think a majority of people are down the middle, and I think the problem is that if you sit here and say, at least I have, you want college football, you almost kind of feel bad because you feel like you're saying, I don't care. People are assuming you don't care about people's lives, and you don't care about people getting the virus, and what about grandmothers that are dying? Like, yeah, obviously all that's tragic and that's terrible, and I'm with you. But I do think college football is important, and it's not only important to players, to a university, college towns. Like, who gives a shit about what goes on in Auburn, Alabama, except when college football's around? You know what I mean? Exactly. Nobody's going spending money in Auburn, Alabama, except for college football. So it goes beyond just the football itself, but absolutely, for sure.
Cool. Well, Dreesy, thanks for calling in, my man. You are our first phone call ever.
Thanks,
I appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate it.
Y'all have a nice night.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
you too, man.
Hey, man, again, we want to thank everybody for paying attention to us for a solid hour here. Man, it goes by quick.
It does, dude.
Like, this is crazy. We're sitting over here at 7801 Westheimer, man, at Prime Social. This place is amazing, man. They're packed, dude. They've got the valet out here now.
Yes.
They've got 6 or 7 tables going on. Man, it's just a good time, man. Come play some poker. Watch us. We'll stick around for a little bit. We know Johnny's got to go. He's got his birthday up pretty soon. Watch out.
Johnny does like a birthday week, not just a birthday day.
Oh, man. But we want to thank them for hosting us on Monday nights, man. Look, come and enjoy your first hour when playing here for free when you mention Sports with Balls. That's right. Here at Prime Social, you can play poker for an entire hour for free or choose a T-shirt, a hat, half-price food as long as you mention Sports with Balls. 7801 Westheimer, sitting up here at Prime Social. So Thursday night, we're going to be back over at Chapman and Kirby, which will be a lot of fun. And we're going to have Lauren back. Lauren, we missed you.
Yeah,
Sorry you weren't here.
I missed you. Jeff, he's saying that on camera, but he didn't say that earlier. But I miss you, though.
Well, look, I got to be closer to the middle, Lauren.
right.
Yeah, I did a little bit more of a hosting job tonight, so Lauren wasn't here, but we'll see what happens.
She definitely is the organizer. I've determined.
Yeah,
as far as getting this thing organized,
she keeps us in line.
Because we sat down and talked about it, and we said, "So what do you want to do?" And we're like, "I don't know. We'll figure it out."
I don't know. We'll just go. We'll just play it by ear or whatever. Can we do a phone call? Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Why not? Thanks again, Dreesy, for giving us the call, man. And again, thank you guys. Check us out at Facebook, Sports with Balls. Same with Instagram. We've got a big show Thursday coming up live at 7 o'clock. Lauren will be back. I'm your boy, Jeff Michael, here with Grant the Hulk Miles.
G-Funk.
Thank
What's
y'all.
up?
Sports with Balls. We're out.
Peace.
hitting hard when I swing through H-time. Cup full of oil and an orange kush sweet. Cause this is how we do it in that 713. My candy red paint cocked up on foe. Shocking and body rocking cause the south side ho. DJ Screw got me falling asleep. This is how we do it in